We're a Department of Environmental Science and Policy, and so we offer two programs. One is Environmental Planning and Policy, and the other is Environmental Science. And the premise is the people who go on to do planning and policy need some basic environmental science about which they're doing planning and policy. And similarly, the people who are studying environmental science, well, environmental science takes place in the real world, and most of it is done in consequence of policy, Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, hazardous waste. So we kind of marry both of those with the basic sciences, with biology and chemistry, geology, things like that. Most of our students, one of the things they have in common is they like to be outside. Another thing they tend to have in common is they like to do things with their hands.
I had no idea I'd be interested in researching insects. I got into the department after taking the introductory environmental science course my freshman year, and then my professor, Dr. Staples, hired me as a research associate, where I started doing research with insects. The introduced pine sawfly lays its eggs on many different pine species, but in Maine, primarily it defoliates eastern white pine. The larvae emerge from the eggs and start eating the needles.
I've learned a lot about insects, which weren't necessarily what I had anticipated being interested in. I wasn't anticipating that at all when I came here. I kind of stumbled into the program after taking the 101 course, and immediately I knew it's what I wanted to major in. And I'm looking at the rates of parasitism of the introduced pine sawfly cocoons to find out whether it's parasitized or not when the insect emerges, whether it's the pine sawfly or the parasitoid, and the parasitoids emerge from much smaller holes, and different species create different types of holes while they're emerging.
When our students graduate and they enter the real world, what they've done is they do not generally write term papers in this major. You write an assessment report, you write a land management plan, you write a soil analysis. So when they leave here with a toolkit, a portfolio of tangible products that they could show a prospective employer. And this also works fine for graduate school because doing practical things includes covering the theoretical.
As an undergraduate, you really don't get to experience going to these conferences. And I'm going to be going to my third conference, which is just amazing. Getting to meet all these experts in the field and getting to make these connections that I never would have made before.
I haven't had any published papers yet, but I've learned very, very quickly how to write scientifically with being exposed to it. And hopefully, if everything goes well with this study and we get more data in the summer, I might be able to publish this research, which would be amazing.